Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is CheeseBoy628 today giving you a Team Building Tuesday. That's right, we brought the series back and we're hoping to keep it this time. So yeah, it's been a busy week. We'll explain that in a second, but you know, we got Team Building Tuesday. We got some work to do recently. Quite recently. There was a little update because of usage and a transforming of tiers, and well, I'm sure you can guess which tier I'm focusing on now. But yeah, because we are going to work on the very NU tier. And there's some fun stuff we can work with now, because Skuntank's here, Shift Tree's here, and HitmonCHAAAAN is here. So I'm pretty stoked. Honestly, pretty stoked. So if you couldn't tell, clearly HitmonCHAAAAN is going to be my one of choice. Hopefully no one comes in while I'm trying to record this, because, you know, priorities. We got some Pokemon up in here. But yeah, we're gonna do our, you know, our normal assault vest HitmonCHAAAAN with Iron Fist, and by normal I mean just standard dot, not one that I would normally use because I don't use HitmonCHAAAAN ever. But yeah, Mach Punch, Drain Punch, you know, you need that recovery, you need Rapid Spin, so recovery priority, its main purpose of Rapid Spin, and just one more move that we can use as an option. We just have to look at the tier to see what's most viable. Like, is Ice Punch going to be the most? Because it doesn't get knockoff, which is a bit unfortunate. Of course I'm being called right now, because, you know, when else would be the best time? You know what I'm saying? So, let's see. As for the rest of the tier, I mean, I can't touch Garbodor right now. Gorbs could be annoying, but I got Drain Punch. That'll hit hard. I use Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch might end up being the best, because Drain Punch seems to satisfy most things. But then again, Ice Punch against Vileplume, you know, man, it just is Thunder versus Ice going to be more viable in the end. And well, I'm going to say Ice Punches. And that is because there are ground types, and therefore Thunder does not affect ground types, and this set would not be able to touch Golurk if I didn't have Ice Punch. And now that it does, it's going to be very important. So we definitely have a good amount of mods we can select from here. You know, since Shift Tree came down, Shift Tree is much more notable than Skuntank, I'd say, for offensive presence. So we're going to do a mixed one. It's definitely not known for its bulk, and therefore we're going to make it a mixed attacker. And by that, what I'm trying to say is the fact that since it doesn't have much bulk, we're just using it going to be a mixed attacker. That way we're free to make that sacrifice of a minus defense in order to make it this mixture that it is. The issue comes to be, I want to make it mixed, but in the end, is physical just going to be better? Because we got priority, we have knockoff, Leaf Blade, which could replace Leaf Storm, and then we could just run Sword Stance. You know, we're running Sword Stance. We're going to do that. Who dat? With a base 80 speed, we definitely need to run Jolly. I usually like running Adamant, but mostly for scarfing mods, so this would definitely be a really good wall breaker. Could be very nice against Mega Ardenos. So that would be cool. Leaf Blade will hurt a lot. I don't know if I wanted to run Life Orb versus Lum. That's my only issue right now, my only gripe. Because it can be affected by the main statuses, the stati, if you will. What am I saying? I'm so sorry. That's why I'm wondering about Lum, but we'll go back to that later. Fletchinder is no longer in this tier, so do not be alarmed. Let's see. There's definitely Kecleon. Kecleon can be a thing. But right now, I want to focus on a Stealth Rocker. We have a Grass type now. We could just run Lead Archeops. That could be cool. You know, Endeavor, Stealth Rock, Rock Slide, or Stone Edge, Earthquake. We could also run Garbodor. I definitely want to run a Ghosty. So first, I want to run Golurk, which in fact could just be our multi-purpose right there. I used to run an E-Belt Iron Fist set in the back in the day, but I think No Guard is going to be our best bet for this set. Gonna need something fairly defensive. And Dynamic is gonna hurt. Stone Edge is gonna hurt. Stealth Rock. And we're going to run the EQ, because why wouldn't you run EQ, you know? So instead of investing a ton in attack right now, we're going to give it 100 here in defense. I remember this set working really well in a previous team building session I had with someone. And it has even bulk. I think it's going to be more important to make it physically based. And then we can put the rest in attack and call that a day. Let's see, so is Cryogonal really in this tier? It's kind of cool. Definitely want to block off the spin then. But I can't take an Ice Beam, so maybe I should make it more specially based, especially since I'm not going to keep this in on a knockoff, you know? So we'll do that. Grand Bull's good. Does it get Wish? I don't know. No, not Ish. We want Wish. You do not get Wish. You suck. No. Let's see, what do I want to use? Because we got a Stealth Rocker now. We could use Garbodor. Garbodor is really good. Like, it is really good. I want something, though, that can fly or levitate. There's Mantine, but that's not going to serve the purpose I'm looking for. I want it to be relatively, potentially offensive, you know? We could run a Rotom. Rotom's cool. Rotom. It's crazy that this has 80 less BST. And it used to be, like, better than most Rotoms. Let's see here. The attack difference obviously doesn't matter. The defense and Spadef, that does matter. So it's just, do I want, because I already have a Ghosty. So that's fine. And do I really need ice versus electricity? Obviously we have the useless ability, but you know what, let's do it. Let's give it a Scraph. And I'm gonna make it modest because yes. Thunderbolt, a Volt Switch. I wonder if people will expect it to be defensive. I don't know. But Air Slash and Trick. Because we want to cripple things. And Mega Audino could still be an issue. I don't know actually if it's in this tier or not. Maybe I'm just crazy right away. Let's see, we got physical, 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 special. We're definitely gonna have to aim toward more specially based mons at this point. Let's see here. Uxie is no longer in this tier. So unfortunate. We have a Rapid Spinner, so we don't need Exatu. And plus we have a Flyer. Rhydon's powerful. I've seen a lot of sets. I've seen a lot of videos. Magmortar. Magmortar could hit especially hard in this tier. So we're gonna run Specs. Choice Specs. Vital Spirit for sure. Fire Blast to hit like a mofo. Thunderbolt. What else do they like running? Let's run HP Grass. It'd be funny if like a Gorbis tried setting up. Now it wouldn't work though because they'd be slower at first. Depending. Then we could run Psychic as just like a neutral. Just a nice neutral, you know? We could run Bulky. Or we could run Offensive clearly. Like more offensive than we currently are. There's not a lot of things on this team to take hits in the first place, so this might be better. Plus 83 is kind of a weird speed tier. I don't know, we can look here. Like what else is in this area? Like Archeops is faster, but it's gonna kill us no matter what. Liepard, but Liepard's kind of weak. Then we got Mortar. Miltank is Miss Magius. Schifer. I don't know. In the end, I think Bulk is going to be better. So, we have one more Mon choice. We could just run Gorbis to be OP and like scare the living daylights out of whoever we face. I also saw Lantern. Lantern would be kind of nice because I want to run something because I've been thinking about Lantern for a while. My parents might come in soon to ruin my recording. Please don't. But I want to run Water Absorb Lantern, and that will be explained in a solid second. I'm just trying to think, what kind of set do I want to run here? I want a special wall. 1 second. All right, and we are back. My apologies for the wait. And by that, I mean you have no idea what you were waiting for. I'm going to make this specially defensive now that I think about it, because I need some more bulk on this team. So we're going to do Scald, we're going to do Heal Bell. Yeah, and that way with Heal Bell I can get a Life Orb on this, and that way I can just bring in the Lantern whenever necessary. Volt Switch is going to probably best maybe discharge though, not sure. But there's not enough room for Rest Sleep Talk, I feel. So we're not going to do that. And yeah, we can just run Leftovers. But yes, I'm doing Water Absorb because first off, everyone's going to expect they're going to be Volt Absorb, because in the end that's usually the better idea. But for this team, like if you're going to predict Golurk and go for like a Scald or something, you know, Lantern just straight up absorbs it. Yeah, plus, I mean, taking a Volt Switch isn't going to be that big of a deal. Sure, stopping something in its tracks might be decent, but in the end, I don't want to take a burn. But then again, I might want to on Lantern, which clearly has Heal Bell. I'll do Volt Absorb. Maybe Water Absorb for another day when people aren't expecting it, but yeah, in the end, the burn won't be that annoying because I do, in fact, have Heal Bell. So we can run Ice Beam, we can run Discharge. I really think Voltage is going to be better than Discharge in the end, and I could run Thunder Wave if I wanted to troll. I'm going to troll. We're going to troll real quick. And no, we're not going to do bulky Special Sweeper. It has an amazing HP stat, like absolutely incredible. So we're definitely going to make it Special Defensive. Give that nice 4 EVs in bulk. And by bulk, I mean nothing. It's like nothing. Dang, it's kind of like a really mini Blissey. Really mini. But yeah, I think that should be the team. And yeah, we're just going to get our first battle with it. I'm pretty stoked for this. Hopefully all of these are in fact in NU, and we're going to just get into it. Yep, looks like it is. Yeah, I've been gone for about a week now, because I've just been out of town doing very important work related to business. But yeah, we are back. I'm pretty stoked about that. I've got about, let's see, about 2 weeks now. Crazy, 2 weeks until school starts. And so this is easily going to be my busiest year. So unfortunately I will not have a lot of time. You know, I'll upload occasionally, as I did the past year. But yeah, I can't make any guarantees about a certain amount of uploads or a certain series coming at a certain time. I definitely have a lot of ideas, but unfortunately I cannot guarantee when each will happen. Why is this taking so long for NU? Who doesn't like NU, especially with the tier changes now? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll try to upload. There we go. I was about to say like I'll just pause it, but now we're in this to win it. I don't have low kick on Shift Tree, which would decimate this freaking Poniard, but Swords Dance should be better in the end anyway. He could probably start with Cricketune, and I can see that being his best bet because those are Sticky Webbers. And therefore Hitmonchan may just be the best bet. I'm going to start with Hitmonchan because I'll be able to eat up anything this Cricketune has to offer and go to Rapid Spin if need be. But yeah, this Ice Punch is going to hurt a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a decent lot of bit. I can go for Rapid Spin again, but he's just going to go for the knockoff, as I'm going to be able to go for the Rapid Spin, which is a decent chunk, which is quite nice because I'm just going to continually Rapid Spin if he wants to get up that Sticky Web, you know, be my guest. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to want to do here, but I'm going to continually press Rapid Spin. I have no reason not to. Yep, he's going to go for it again. Try it one more time, bro. I dare you. Ooh, interessante. If he didn't die there, I would definitely be able to Mach Punch. But he goes for the Endeavor, and it's okay because I still have this Mon. He's probably just going to Sucker Punch here. And what do I want to do? I'm going to go to Rotom because Mach Punch is so obvious. Okay, good. I could Willow or maybe something of the sort. I'm just going to trick here because this will severely cripple the Poniard as it's probably relatively bulky. As it's going to sword stance. Yes! We are so golden. Oh, baby. I mean, why would he? I don't know about sword stancing there. I don't feel that was his best play. Because he could have gone to like Aurorus or Gorgeist. Because taking a Willow there would have been bad. But yeah, we're going to get on to our next battle. I'm pretty stoked. Man. Okay. As I drink my nice fresh water here. Looks like we're going to be up against this very Kangaskhan. Might be our biggest issue. I do have that special defense for the Cryogonal I was talking about earlier. It's just what wants to take anything from this monster that is Kangaskhan. Not much. But he's going to bring in his Wormadam, Smash, Trash. I'm just going to Dynamic Punch as he's going to protect. Very interesting that is the way it goes. I don't know if I want to Dynamic Punch again. Dynamic Punch. Let's find data on Wormadam. Base 36 speed, so I'm definitely going to be able to outspeed. Weird that he goes for Protect first turn. I'm probably not very high on the ladder, so that might be why. Let's see here. I'm just going to Dynamic Punch once again. I'm totally fine with that. Risk the confusion if he so chooses. He might Protect here, he might not. But I'm just going to go for my Stealth Rocks as he breaks out of confusion already. Chances are he might just want to Protect here. And that's okay. I can accept that. What do I want to do though? I think Lantern's going to be my best play of choice. Because I should be able to handle this thing one-on-one as he goes for the Protect. Yeah, nothing is going to want to come in, I'd say. Yeah, if I burn this, that'd be amazing. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Now that he toxics both of these things, I am going to Heal Bell, because that way his statuses are worth nothing. But yeah, definitely would have preferred a burn over a crit, but the crit is less likely, so interesting that would be the turnabouts, you know what I'm saying? He goes for another toxic, don't know how I feel about that. Nonetheless, I'm just going to go for a Scald and hope for a burn as I get said justice. Here, I am totally fine with going for another Scald, and yeah, I'll just Heal Bell when I have the advantage. Yeah, that should be fine. As he goes into Cryogonal now, let's see. No burn, no justice, just kidding. He might Rapid Spin here. I don't know if I want a T-Wave. I don't know if that's my best play. I don't think it is, as I'm just going to go for a Heal Bell. As he goes for a Frost Breath, which really wouldn't have done that much, so Freeze Dry, certainly, but he's probably trying to predict my Golurk right now. But I don't really give a bother, as I could go for a slow Volt Switch here. Yeah, as I can go into my HitmonCHAAAAN, and I'll clearly live anything he has to offer. And basically, I mean, Haunter looks like the greatest play of all time here, does it not? So yeah, that's why I'm going to go for the Ice Punch to nearly decimate that thing. And I don't know what kind of set it is yet, clearly, so I'm just going to go right back into my Lantern here, as that's great. I'm totally fine with this circumstance, as he might be able to Destiny Bond once again, but oh, this is actually perfect. Unfortunately, I get crit, but I will very much be able to just Scald here. I think that'll be my best play at the end of the day, as he's going to go into Lantern, as I do not burn. A little unfortunate, but we will deal. We will indeed deal, as I will go for the Heal Bell. He's going to go for the Heal Bell. And that's cool. We might just have a Scald War right now, and you know what? That's fine. He in fact has Toxic. Okay, it looks like it's just going to be a complete standstill for a while. He might try to run me out of Heal Bells. Okay, we might be going through some speed ties right now, or he might have a little bit more speed investment than I. Nope, it's definitely a speed tie at this point. I don't know. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit more recovery back than I had originally, so I'm kind of okay with that. Kind of okay with the situation. Soak turned into the water type, but so does that mean he's trying to T-bolt me right now? That might be the case. How fast is this thing? I think it has like base 67 speed or something. Yes, which means it should outspeed my Golurk. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and HitmonCHAAAAN here. Hopefully he doesn't try to burn me. He's just going to go for the Toxic. The Ice Punch is very obvious. I'm going to go for the Rapid Spin. If he loses his Haunter here through a little bit of risky play, so be it. That is not going to be the case. He's going to turn me into a Water type once again, as I'm just going to go directly into my Lantern, so that way I will be able to relieve my HitmonCHAAAAN of this status, as he's going to continually soak. Not sure how I feel about this, as here I should be free to go directly into my Shift Tree, as it goes for another Toxic. Okay, so this brings up an interesting circumstance. I can easily go for a Swords Dance here. I can go for a Leaf Blade. Leaf Blade should definitely kill Haunter at this point. Yeah, I mean, this Leaf Blade is going to be quite scary. So I can't imagine him wanting... Okay, interesting. He might just Protect here, and that's okay. I'm just going to go directly into Golurk, as he may just Protect. That is his best play. As I'm in a decent position. I think they're still allowed to Baton Pass as long as he does not pass a Swords Dance. I don't know if Stone Edge is my best play here, because he might just go into Cryogonal. No, I'm going to say, okay, he definitely cannot pass now, so that's nice. But he's still a threat, for sure. As I am going to live, because I have very nice defense investment. This is nice because if Cryogonal does decide to come in, it's going to have to go for something before like killing off my Ghosty. But instead, Golurk is going to stay as yeah, I'm going to let this die, because that way I can bring in something to go for a real hit. I just realized I don't have Focus Blast, which could end up being a downfall. I don't know what kind of Kangaskhan this is yet, but I am free to Fire Blast, as he goes for a return that is not going to kill, and my Fire Blast certainly doesn't. Okay, that was definitely unexpected. Let's see. He went for another return. I want to do a calc to see how well, because if it, oh my gosh, I'm quite impressed. If this NU Assault Vest and I'm a Mag Mortar, NU Mixed Attacker, huh? Let's just pretend it's Sassy, just cause that won't affect anything. 252, return, so he's got to be banded. He's got to be, with me being max HP. And with a Specs Fire Blast, yeah, I mean, he has to be banded. We've already come up with that conclusion. So something has to die here, unfortunately, but that will be okay. That indeed will be okay. As now, I don't know what my best play is. Shift Tree is going to have a decent chance against most of his team. How fast is Kanga? I think, stop vibrating this stupid phone. Base 90, so it could just be bulky for all I know. But I think my best play is to go into Shift Tree and just Sucker Punch. He might switch it out. That's good. Okay, good. We got Banded Kangaskhan out of here. Okay. He might try to bring in Haunter, because honestly, that's probably his best play besides Recover Stalling with Cryogonal. But that might just be what he wants to do. And if that's what he wants to do, so be it. But you can't just Rapid Spin for free here. he can't do that. My rocker's gone. Do we want to make plays? Nope, we're going straight for knockoff. Either play would have been a good play there. It really would have just been a 50-50. So all he has left at this point is this lantern, which is not going to appreciate this leaf blade, and I'm just going to go for it. Actually ends up killing it. A little bit surprised by that. But he does decide to bring in the ghosty as what's my best play? I think my best play is going to HitmonCHAAAAN here, as he's going to go for the Willow. Interesting. Chances are he's not choice then. I can easily just go for Ice Punch here because if he switches out, he dies to rocks. Yeah, EV is letting me live another day for sure. And I'm just going to stay in here because I have enough mons to be able to take him out at this point. So yeah, he can go for the Protect, but I should be able to live this Toxic here as I do. And now I can just go for Drain Punch and see how much this does just for fun. And it ends up taking him out, so that's really cool knowledge. I wonder how defensive he was. Chances are my NU rating is not very strong. It's still updating. We don't have time for that right now. We want to get some battles in. Okay, this is a very cool team. I like this. Half of his team very much needs Stealth Rock, hazard control as they say, and the other half doesn't. So Claydol is very nice. Let's see here. What do I want to run? What do I want to go first with? I think Rotom is going to be my best start. And I very much like this situation here, because I can just go for Trick, as he's going to go directly into his Rotom. Definitely a good play on his part, as chances are he is going to go before me. I'm going to go for another Trick. He might Volt Switch, and predict me to Volt Switch. Oh my gosh, this man is a man. So, okay. Interesting. I don't know if that refreshes his move choices. But I'm going to go to HitmonCHAAAAN, I guess. I was really hoping he would be able to just, oh my gosh, this man is real. This man is so real. I'm currently getting played like a fiddle, as they say. I'm just going to go for an Ice Punch, as that does a lot. Thankfully, it does not flinch me, as I do freeze him. I am Scarfed. I had forgotten that. So I'm like, this Air Slash did a lot, but like, whatever. But, yeah, the Ice Punch does a diddly amount. I should be free to go to Lantern here, though. Nonetheless, if he's Specs, that would suck. But that's telling me he's not Specs, as I'm free to just Volt Switch here. Chances of him going to Claydol right now seem very unlikely. Good. We're in a decent position. And by that I mean not a great position, honestly. As here, I mean, I can Air Slash for days. He might just sack off Rotom. I'm still Scarf. Chances are he's going to sack his Rotom, and he does not. And that's okay. So we're going to go into Lantern. I just need to whittle this thing away a little bit. Nice. Nice. Whittle him away a little bit. We're just going to Volt Switch once again because I do not want to stay in against this thing, especially if it decides to continually pay back. I'm going to go back to Rotom. He is going to bulk up, and that's okay. That is deeming him a stronger threat, and just makes it more necessary for me to go for an Air Slash. As he goes for the payback and does not kill me off, I'm going to go for another one because there's no reason not to, as I don't know if that crit ended up, I don't know if it mattered. The freeze might have mattered more in the end, I have no idea. But we got ourselves back in an okay position. I'm going to go to Shift Tree. I'm going to go to Shift Tree because this may give me a chance, the chance I need to end up winning. Because I'm going to go for the Swords Dance and hopefully kill him off with a Sucker Punch. That's my hope. If he's banded and continually use Quick Attack, you know, so be it. But he ends up dying, so I don't know if that means he's choiced versus a Violite or just no bulk at all. But yeah, the Eradicate is probably proven to be my only issue at this point. As he goes into Claydol, he might be suspecting I don't have something to hit him, but I should at least have Leaf Blade if I have Sword Stance. So he is going to end up forfeiting. I don't know what that means about his Eradicate set, but we're doing good. We're apparently doing okay. Now, I don't want to over-justify myself because of the fact that, you know, I'm at the bottom of the ladder, and this doesn't necessarily constitute what's at the top. But nonetheless, I'm still having like a decent time here, decent success rate, and it looks like Swords Dance Shift Tree may just win again. His possible leads mostly consist of Claydol, and so with that said, I'm just going to start with Shift Tree right off the bat. I don't know if he's going to have Sludge Bomb, but I'm feeling confident to go for a Swords Dance here. And he goes for a Sludge Bomb, don't poison. No! Okay, what was me? What was me first turn? That sucks, to be quite honest. So now, nonetheless, I'm going to go to Rotom here, and I'm going to press Trick. Trick is easily my best play. It's going to be very nice against anything. He's going to go to his Rhydon, as I get his Violite, and that's quite okay. Here I'm going to go to my Golurk, as I believe that is my best play, as he's going to go for his Rock, so that means he's not offensive anyway. Here I can easily just press... what do I want to do? I want to press Dynamic Punch to get some induced hacks at this point. You know, if you're gonna Sludge Bomb me, you know, you're gonna have to deal with the facts, bruh. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Stealth Rock here of my own, as he's just going to go for an Earth Power, and since I have that specially defensive investment, I should be doing fine in that aspect. So I had the Violite on Rotom right now. I'm just gonna go to Lantern. Maybe not my best play, but it's really my, well, it might just be my best play is the problem. As here I can just go for a Scald. I believe Roselia gets Natural Cure, as he's going to stay in, risking it all. And I do mean that to a certain extent, because now he's burned, he's still confused. He might be able to Earth Power now, but, you know, at what cost? He is going to switch out here, as I can go for the Volt Switch to gain a slight bit of momentum. This is definitely nice, as here I can go to Hitmonchan and get these rocks out of the way. Hitmonchan is a very nice spinner, because I'm able to resist rocks. The Assault Vest makes me bulky, especially to handle Roselia. This is quite good. I'm very happy with this, as he decides to go for Spikes. For some reason, this Ice Punch is going to decimate him. So that's really good for me. His only chance of a Cleric, which handling Claydol would be the biggest issue, is would be that Lantern. You know, I don't like Spikes. I definitely don't like Spikes. But is it worth possibly taking a Psyshock here? I'm gonna go to Golurk just in case. As he's going to go for a Rapid Spin of his own, and so that puts me on the top of things, that's for sure. As yeah, I'm just gonna go for a Dynamic Punch as he decides to go for a Grass Knot, which I definitely wasn't expecting. This is very nice because he's confused, he's burned, and he has a very limited time left on this planet. I will go. Let's see. I didn't know Stone Edge only has APP. Let's see, what do I want to do? I could go to Magmortar to absorb the Grass Knot very cleanly. I'm going to go to Rotom. If he goes for the Rapid Spin here, that would have been the boldest play of his life, but nonetheless, it didn't matter. I'm going to go for an Air Slash and thankfully take him out. Now, funny enough, that Rhydon is actually the best thing to bring in here. He could just go for EQ and end my days, but and be like a real man of the day, but in the end, that's probably his best play. So I'm just gonna air slash. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for rocks. Okay. I wonder what he's gonna do here. I suspect he'd go to lantern. I'm surprised he went for rocks. As he goes to lantern. Okay, I'm fine with this because, as I've said, you know, I'm a salt vest. I am meant to be for this tier. As I can go for the rapid spin, get that crazy crit. He is faster than me. I can go for Mach Punch to get off some nice damage. As that Hydro Pump is going to take me out, but he is a Life Orb. It is interesting though, because I don't have a lot to take him on right now. You know, I have my own lantern. So I'm gonna go for a Scald. I still have Rotom, so his Rhydon cannot lock himself into EQ and call it a day. No siree. So yeah, if he decides to switch out, he has one more Life Orb hit. But what's he going to bring in? Yeah, and as you can see, that Hydro Pump is doing nothing because I'm, of course, specially defensive. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna press Scald. No reason not to. I don't know what he can bring in here. He can bring in Rhydon. And it's kind of going to be a 50-50 in that case. But he's going to bring in his Ninetales, and I don't know, that could have HP Grass, I suppose, or Energy Ball. They tend to usually get the Spadef drop, so it's kind of funny that it didn't this time. Honestly, I feel like Ninetales is the one thing that Lantern is able to handle at this point, so the fact that he brought it in was somewhat questionable in my opinion. Nonetheless, he can... okay, he brings in Scyther. We can see what kind he is. I'm going to go for T-Wave as he decides to go for Roost. And I'm very okay with this situation. So here I'm going to go for a Volt Switch, as it keeps my Lantern for another day, and I can just bring in Magmortar. He decides to go for Aerial Ace, which does a nice chunk for sure. But yeah, I'm just going to go for T-Bolt. And yeah, this is totally fine because now I can just sack Lantern. But yeah, he knows that at this point he'd have to like lock himself in a Stone Edge for any chance. So that is going to be that game. I think we can fit in one more. You know, can we take this team down? Can this team be taken down? We don't want to take it down ourselves. But yeah, we're definitely learning a lot here. Only big question is running Focus Blast versus Psychic on Magmortar, and I'm still not really sure how I feel about that. Nonetheless, we're doing pretty solid. Okay, I like his team here. You see, you have Stealth Rock support and spinning from Sand Slash, as well as Spike support, maybe Toxic Spikes as well from his Garbodor. Not sure what his Liepard necessarily does. Maybe it's just an offensive nuisance. Does not have fire in his Fire Water Grass core, but you know, that's okay. Garbodor could prove to be a bit of an issue for my team. Definitely could. Honestly, it looks like none of his team wants to take a Scarf. So, I don't know what this is going to do. T-Bolt could just hurt. I'm gonna go for a Volt Switch. That does a really nice chunk. I almost wish I went for T-Bolt. Nonetheless, here, I think I'm gonna bring in HitmonCHAAAAN. I think that's my best play, as he's going to U-turn. Yeah, I thought if he knocked off or U-turned there, I would have been fine with that decision. I don't know what he necessarily wants to bring in here. Probably Garbodor. I do not have EQ, which this is one of the few instances that EQ would be better over Ice Punch. What do I want to do here? I honestly want to go into Magmortar and just obliterate something with a Fire Blast. And yeah, call it a day. I mean, I have Psychic, sure, but it lives. It's kind of annoying. What's he gonna go for here? He might just go for a Gunk. Oh, he decides to switch out into his Samurott. That's appreciating it better than I expected. Now what do I want to do here? If I can get rocks up, that Garbodor is dead, except for facing Sand Slash, but, you know, that could be very 50-50. I'm just trying to find a safe way into Hitmonchan, really, at this point. I can't imagine him going for Ice Beam here. I just could not imagine. So I'm going to go directly into my Shift Tree. As he goes for a Scald, and since I'm toxic, that does not apply to me. I can just press Knock Off. He might just sack his Garbodor here too. Either way, I'm going to go for Leaf Blade, because that would definitely kill his Garbodor at this point. Yeah, let's see what he decides to bring in here. I do have Sucker Punch. He knows that I at least have some kind of physical. And I am Jolly, so I'll outspeed if he is below base 80 speed, indeed. Is it worth just losing Shift Tree at this point? I'd say so. I think its only use at this point may be finishing off Liepard and handling Sand Slash, but I have other things for that. So I'm going to press Knock Off. You know, I'm going to go down from Aftermath and Rocky Helmet, and if that wasn't the case, Life Orb. So I'm fine with that. You'd think an expected play at this point would be me going to my Hitmonchan, so I imagine he'd go into his Tauros. That's what I'd expect, which is why I'm going to go into my Golurk, as he decides to bring in Liepard. I definitely wasn't expecting that, to be quite honest. I should be able to live whatever hit he has to go for, though. Yeah, that kind of stinks. If he went into Tauros there, you know, that would have been better play in my opinion. But it still puts me in a decent position, because if he is choiced, then, nope, he is not choiced. Nonetheless, he's not Life Orb. And I don't think he has anything to hit my... He might have Play Rough. He might have Play Rough. And I don't want to die to a Play Rough for no reason. Here, now I might be able to finally go for a Rapid Spin. And I think that's going to be the case. Let's go for a Rapid Spin, get those out of the way. I am faster as, okay. Rapid Spin again. Let's see what he does. If he rocks again, okay. I'm fine with this. I'm okay with this. There's little reason to not go for rocks here. Let's say he's a normal Sand Slash. Are you Rapid Spin? Sure. Mag Mortar. And you Mix Attacker, but we are modest with specs. So what does this say? This says we're going to obliterate it. Does HP Grass kill? It could, but we're just going to go directly into Mag Mortar. As he goes for rocks once again, and I am totally fine because I'm going to press Fire Blast. And honestly, I don't think any of the rest of his team can handle this. He can go to Tauros, but what? Life Orb EQ maybe? That'll probably kill now that I think about it. Are you Life Orb? Rock Climb. EQ does end up killing. I've got to keep Hitmonchan because that Mach Punch could prove to be very useful. Lantern is not necessarily useful. He does not have Intimidate, so we know he's Life Orb. Let's go to Lantern to Scout. Okay. So of course he has EQ. That's not like that was unexpected. I can press Scald, sure. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's see, we have, let's see, Magmortar can definitely beat out that Lilligant. Rotom, our Rotom fan, that's what we'd call it, yes. We are modest, and Volt Switch is going to do 65%, while Thunderbolt is going to do 71 to 84. Either way, it won't kill. Either way, though, that's it kind of needs to come in. Unless Hitmonchan can kill from this range, or you don't use Hitmonchan. Adamant. Let's give it the Ganlin Berry, because why not? Mach Punch does not kill. I do not feel comfortable with bringing that in, and so we're just going to go for a Volt Switch, because that is our best play. As yep, this is good, because now we can, I think Hitmonchan is the best sack here in this case, because yeah, with having the faster Rotom fan, we should be fine. So bring this in again. Do we Volt Switch or Air Slash? And does it matter? Does it matter is the real question. Because if I Air Slash and miss, that would suck. We just had the rudest interruption of our lives. Yes. So this is okay. If he quivers, the only thing is now I have to depend on what is Fire Blast. Probably. I just want one more little information here. Little piece of information. We have Magmortar. We are modest. How many more times do I have to do this? I'm sorry for the calcs here, but I just, if we're going to win, we have to win with power. So we also have Psychic. Psychic is our other option here. See, Psychic can do something after all. Okay. So Psychic does 70 to 83. It will kill from this range. But, I mean, what's he going to go for here? Is he going to go for Quiver? Is he going to go for Game? If he does he have HP Rock to be able to take me out? I don't want to miss. I'm going in. He goes for Sleep Powder anyway, and I miss. We both miss. I could have just ended it right there by pressing Psychic. Either way, Sleep Powder does not matter because I have Vital Spirit. He did not know that. And don't take away too much credit from me because Pokemon also faced someone with that issue. If he has Substitute here, then I cry. But I do not, in fact, cry because I have Rotom. Unless this thing gets priority all of a sudden, I'm going to call this a game. So we're going to say GG. No preemptive GG. But yeah, we ended up doing pretty solidly. We had to make a couple of scary plays at the end there because we weren't really sure. It was nice 50-50. How does the ladder compare to my amazing NU score right now? Because I'm in 1338. Is that what I see here? Indeed. Yeah, let's talk about this team. We got a lot of battles, all live right in front of you. 1308. See, I'm not even on the ladder right now. But let's talk about it. Hitmonchan did exactly what needed. I feel this is a great moveset for it. Shift Tree was nice and scary. Unfortunately, does not take hits very well at all. But it's a threat. It's a nice wall breaker for this tier. We've got Golurk. I really like this set a lot. It's bulky and it does what it needs to. Lantern, it does what it needs to. I'm saying that, nothing crazy. Rotom, yeah, I'm liking this Rotom set. I don't know about this versus the other Rotom, but I picked this Rotom, because flying type is nice. We have 2 electric, sure, but probably better to have this uniqueness versus having another Ghosty. And then Magmortar. Magmortar just hits hard. It destroys Sand Slashes now, I see. But yeah, that was the team. People were talking about paste bins and whatnot in the past. I might work on that if you do request, and I will put that in the description and let you guys know in the comments as soon as I do update it, if that's what you request. But just let me know then. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub. Until later. Peace.